Alright. Money Long, twin, where have you been? We are back again. Yeah, y'all like that? With another cool, conversation. And we took it on the road this time.
We on location.
Right up the block, I want to say.
Down the street.
You know what I'm saying? We strode up the block and we ran into
Our neighbor.
yeah, the pinkest thing on the block. The cool pink container campaign.
What should we name it?
I think it has a name. Pink
I
Pothos.
thought Pink Pothos was the name.
It is, but I feel like the
She wanna
box
give it
needs
a-
a
she wanna give it a-
personal name. Because people call it the pink box, and I'm like,
I like that.
you like that? Okay.
Pink box is crazy. That is crazy
Pink
for
box.
everybody listening.
So introduce yourself.
Yeah, tell the
people who you are.
community who you are and what cool thing you have going on.
Well, thank you for having me, and even inviting me, or thinking of me. So my name is Keisha. I am the owner of Pink Pothos, which is where we are currently residing.
Yeah, it's vibes.
Like you said, we are the pinkest thing on the block. We are the only shipping container plant shop.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
only name another one.
Boy, we're here to learn.
Yeah, we've definitely come a long way since the beginning.
Okay.
Well, first of all, Pink Pothos is a plant shop, right? What does Pink Pothos mean? Like, tell us what is Pink Pothos.
So a pink pothos doesn't even exist. Let me
What?
start with that.
Okay.
There's no such thing as a pink pothos.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Okay.
So you
It's
just made up a word?
Listen, well, pothos is a
It's
word.
a plant,
It's a
right?
plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plant? Pothos mean plant. Okay,
Okay.
so
Yeah,
y'all
I
gotta
thought
be like
that.
me, because
Yeah,
I
I
know
thought so.
that when she said that, I was thinking she just made something up.
No.
So pothos is plant in what language?
English.
In English.
So pothos is a name of a plant.
Yes.
Yes.
Type
Listen,
of plant, yeah.
listen. For all of us who don't know plants,
Okay.
you gotta break it down for us.
So pothos is typically, like your grandmother's plant, your mother's plants. It's that long trailing plant that they would like tack to the wall, be from one corner to another. I always say they
A
call
spider plant.
No, they call it devil's ivy.
Devil's-
Old
that's what they
school.
used to call it,
Yeah,
yeah.
so it's a
Do you
pothos.
have one in here?
I do not.
That's all. That's all. So,
They sell very quickly just because everyone can relate to them so much.
so do you hang them up? Do you sit them on the table like these? What?
You can do both. You can sit on a table. They are a trailing plant, so they will vine down. A lot of people will have them like in a corner, and they'll tack the vines all the way across the wall. They clip them and propagate them and give them out. Yeah.
So did you just pick that one because that's one of the only plants that begin with a P, or that's your favorite plant, or what?
No. So what happened was I love brands that are one word. So think Nike, Spin, or you know what I'm saying, something like that.
Okay.
So originally it was
Adidas,
going to be Pothos, but I had at the time I was doing interior decorating services, and my business was called
Multi-talented?
Yeah,
Let's go.
it was called Pink Swatch, like like interior decorating. So I wanted to bridge them together. So that's
Gotcha.
where Pink
Pink
Pothos
Pothos
came in.
And
Yes.
is that why you got such cool aesthetics in here?
Yes.
We're going to do a pan
Yeah,
so y'all
I'm
can
gonna let y'all see what's going on.
Man, she got a pink desk with some sea moss in it over there. Her cash register got sea moss underneath.
Pink Christmas tree.
Yes.
The Christmas
All
tree.
brands.
The Christmas tree is cool.
Thank you.
And she got the wall with the. That's not a pothos, is it?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to keep trying. What pothos looks like. But okay, so how long has this been? You just got here on this part of the beltline, right?
Correct.
Well,
October.
where's here? Tell everybody
Here.
where here is so they know where we are.
We
Let you
are
tell me.
on the west ends of Atlanta.
Okay. West
Right.
side.
This is the South Side Trail that sits right behind us.
So we're on the west side belt.
No, this is the South Side Trail, Southwest Trail of Atlanta.
You're on the southwest trail.
Yes.
Really? I always thought this was West Side
We
Beltline.
call our location the west side beltline.
Beltline, yeah.
That's
No,
what they
but we're
told
not.
us.
Well, they changed it. So
Oh.
no, the Atlanta Beltline recently rebranded.
Andre, come on.
And they reorganized the locations of the Beltline. This
So-
was over the summer.
Really?
So they didn't send out no mailers. We just sitting here telling folks we on the west
West
side
Side Beltline.
beltline.
No.
And we on the southwest side Beltline.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you look at a map, right, technically we are on the southwest side.
Well, the West End is right there, so we're like behind it. So we figured.
Listen, y'all, if y'all want to find us, we're still on the west side Beltline. You know what I'm saying? Keisha is on the southwest side Beltline, and she is in this area called what? Pittsburgh Yards?
Pittsburgh Yards.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. What is Pittsburgh Yards?
So Pittsburgh, well, we're in the Pittsburgh community, so all of these different neighborhoods have different names.
Okay.
And then Pittsburgh Yards is a co-working office space. It's black owned.
Black owned.
Black owned.
Who's the owner?
I don't know.
Okay. We'll figure that out.
We can figure that
We
out.
just know it's black owned.
Yes, but they did purchase the building, and then they did a whole remodel. They did an addition. So this used to be, there's a lot of history in this building, something about slaves and the underground and stuff like that. Yes, and if you go inside,
Spare us the details.
they have a lot of architecture that still remains.
Oh, really?
Yes, very interesting story.
From slavery days.
Yes, yes.
Feels a way about.
Listen, if y'all know y'all know how I feel about that. But let's keep it positive. Let's keep it pink. Let's keep it pathos.
Yeah, and the building is dope. There's
It's
a
really
lot
nice.
of
It
yeah.
is
building
really
is
nice.
cool.
There's a lot of very successful black small businesses
Yes.
in there.
Shout out to Positivity Water, my guy. He's in there.
Right in this window right here.
Yeah, he's there. A couple other businesses. Is Best Atlanta's not in there.
Yes,
They are? In Best Atlanta. Come on, guys.
Invest.
Come on, guys. But is this so? This pink container wasn't your first container, right?
Correct.
Well, before we go there, how did this plant shop business or venture or entrepreneurship journey start? Like, bring us back to the not too far beginning, but to let our community know exactly, how you got into this plant business.
Well, let me tell you, it was
I'm
not
curious.
on my bingo card to open a plant shop. Not at all. But at the time, I worked in corporate America, and I'm going to do the short version.
Okay.
And I was just trying to find what I wanted to do. So that's when I got certified in interior decorating, and I started doing that. I'm really good with computers, so I was doing renders for customers. And I also have my realtor's license. So I was combining the business.
Okay.
But then I realized this ain't really what I want to do. I don't want to be tied to a computer because I've been on a computer.
In corporate America.
Yes, correct. And so I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I already was a plant owner. And this is when COVID was happening, and there was an uptick in plant sales. And on social media, people would be like, "Oh my God, I just killed my plant. I don't know what to do." And I was like, "Ooh, that's a business. Teach people how to take care of their plants."
So you was taking care of your plants in a pristine way.
So you've been
And
a
how
plant lover for ever or what?
No, not forever. It's something that I fell into when I bought my house. So I was decorating and I was like, "Ooh, I need some greenery." And I went and bought a plant. I didn't know anything about plants and I killed it. But me being the Sagittarius that I am, we are not going to let a plant beat us. So I had to sit down and buckle down and research and figure it out. Yes, and that's what I
Bossed
did.
up on the plant that she killed. Okay, so when you said, "Oh, people were struggling with plants," this is after you revived that plant that you killed?
Yeah, so after I did that, I actually became a plant lover. I had a plant room in my house. And it just, was the whole snowball effect.
Grew from there.
So one plant snowballed to how many plants? Because my mom has plants and she's OD with it. My sister, they're all OD with their plants. They have thousands of plants around the house.
Yes.
But how many plants did you snowball into before you're like, "Oh, I'm going to start a business"? Because you might have some business partners that are in my family.
Hundreds.
Hundreds.
Definitely hundreds. But then it went from common plants, your pothos, your monsteras, into rare plants.
Ooh, exotic.
The exotic, expensive plants. I landed in that community. And that's where I was like, okay, people are really making money on this. People will spend hundreds of dollars for a
plant?
leaf. For a leaf, honey, not
Really?
a plant, just a leaf. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Do we have any of those in here?
No, I don't.
They're in the safe because
I do have that one there, which
exterior.
was gifted to me, and I have a couple on
Which
the
one
floor.
is that one?
That one's a Monstera Aurora.
Right here with the Christmas tree.
Yep, so that was a gift to me. Shout out to Plant Deco.
Plant Deco.
Who gave that to me. That's a rare one. And then on the floor, I do have a couple of rare ones.
Okay.
How much is that deco worth?
That leaf, that one might be like $100 or something like that. That one's not too
That's
expensive.
still expensive for a plant.
I have a $300 plant down there on the floor.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
even
would-
know plants could get that expensive.
Oh, they get thousands. Thousands. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, you might need to come in and check out my mom because we might be sitting on a gold mine.
Might be. You might be, because there are some older people, and usually you can find them at estate sales, where they've had plants for so long and they're massive. And they're rare sometimes, and they didn't realize what they had.
So does age equate to rarity? Like,
Not rarity, no, but if you have something that's generational, that's been around for like a decade, people are more likely to buy that because it's more established.
It'll last longer.
wow.
Harder to kill, I guess.
Yes, absolutely. And it takes longer to get there, you know. So
Okay, so you created a room. Quit your job.
yes.
Okay. You bought a plant, killed the plant. Didn't let the plant beat you. Saw people complaining on how they kill plants, and you said, aha,
Yes.
there's a business there to make some money.
Correct.
How long in between those two situations did you create Pink Pothos or Pothos?
So I decided one day that I was gonna quit my job and I was gonna open a shop in Atlanta, but I didn't have a plan and I didn't know how to do it. But I decided I was gonna quit anyway because I was just gonna trust myself.
Faith.
Yes.
Dreamers create cool.
Yep, stepped in our faith. So at the time when I made that decision, I opened Instagram and I saw a post where they were looking for 6 Black businesses to start business on the beltline. They were opening the containers. And they had all this criteria. They wanted established businesses. They wanted your tax revenues. They wanted all of these things that I did not have because I didn't have a business.
You didn't have.
No.
You
But
just had a concept.
I just had
Right.
a concept.
Let's go.
But what I told myself is, and I say this all the time, you miss every shot you don't take. That's exactly what I
Very
told
true.
myself. So I said, I'm going to apply. And that's what I did.
And then you got it.
And I got it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you applied with no paperwork. These folk wanted insider information, blood, social, everything. And
I told them my plan. They interviewed us. They had to interview all the applications. And I told them what I wanted to do.
you probably looked at them with that stern look.
You know, I think it's your energy. It's the way you present yourself, right? They have to believe the story that you're trying to sell, right? And then they said, okay, well, we'll call you back if we're interested. We've got other people to interview. I said, okay. But I kept it moving. So one thing about it is you can't sit and worry about it.
That's
You
right.
cannot.
You gotta keep going.
Yes,
Working
you got-
towards the goal.
Yes, working towards my
Execution.
goal. So then I told my job I was quitting in a week. I gave them a week's notice.
Oh, wow.
And
Hold on. 1 week, and you didn't have a business.
correct.
You must have hated that job. You was ready to go.
I was ready to go.
was ready to go.
I was ready to go. I knew it was my time to go. I had been there a very long time.
Why? Was it like a God moment, or you was just like, F this?
It was time to do something different. I just knew my dad had passed away the year before.
Okay.
And just watching like that process of him dying, you realize how short life is. And I was in a position to where I knew I'd be straight financially for a little bit. So that's why I was like, okay, I could take a chance on myself. So I'm not gonna say I did it without.
Right. You had a backing. You had a little
we,
bit of
we
backing.
understand. We understand.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. That's a great story, right? And then fast forward, you eventually got the consent.
Correct.
How was that experience? And where was it?
So I started off on Aline Avenue here on the West End. The goal, so we were the pilot program. We were the first ones to come in and they were really still trying to figure it out. So the idea was they were going to kind of rotate us through different locations on the Beltline. It didn't exactly work out that way.
You never wrote.
I did move once. It took a little fight because they didn't want to move me. But I did end up moving. So then I went over to the 4th Ward skate park.
Now that's a popping location.
Yeah,
that's prime Beltline.
Prime, yes.
Southwest Beltline or West Side Beltline, like we were saying, is
newer.
Yeah.
Like it's not a lot
it
of
doesn't
traction
get walk
yet.
traffic. Like
Correct.
people, the neighborhood uses that Beltline,
Right.
but like touristy stuff like that
No.
doesn't really come. So that kind of probably affected the business.
Absolutely. I did good on the West End because it is community. So plants are houses.
Plants are community.
Yeah.
Residential. I had a lot of support in the community. They would post me in like the Facebook pages and stuff like that. But the 4th Ward, you got the foot traffic.
Yeah.
So you're right. You can definitely depend on people walking up. But it made it hard for my established customers to bring plants in because there was nowhere for them to park.
Yeah.
So it just, it's a double-edged sword.
So your business sounds like it's twofold. So you offer sell plants, and then you have a service where you maintain people's plants.
Correct. Yeah, so I do maintain businesses around Atlanta. I do their installations and I go in and like do their plant care and maintenance.
If I wrote you a symphony just to say how much you mean to me, what would you do? If I told you you were beautiful, girl, you know I would you, baby, you the regular? Would you? Well, baby, I've been around the world.
Yeah, we had you come in a few times. Kill our plants. No, I'm just, we're still waiting on our flowers.
Oh yeah.
Our Stay Positive flowers.
Well, I'm still trying to get my foot in there.
These
And,
folks
it's a lot going on.
Okay. God, she took a sip on that. That's crazy. So, do you, like, give or take, like, what does your service cost? Like, if people got plants at home dying, because I'm sure a lot of people have some plants that are struggling.
Absolutely.
So, what does a service like that cost? And how often would a person who you come for a plant, like, gets back on his feet?
Well, you can always bring the plant in to me. That's the cheapest route to do
Yeah,
it.
okay, yeah.
But I will say that my overhead is very low, so I'm very affordable because I do want people to continue to use my
Shop with you.
services.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So to bring your plant in, just to get like a repot, it starts at like $10.
Oh.
Nothing too crazy. But if you want to have me travel to you, it starts at $50 an hour.
It's compound.
Correct. And it's travel fee outside of Atlanta. Yeah. And then on top of whatever it is you want me to do. I still think it's very affordable. Considering that I am open. So if you need something after the fact, you can reach out to me. I will happily assist. Guess what's back? Repotting services. This week, customer brought her plants in to repot, and she wanted to learn how to do it herself. As a first-time plant mom, there's nothing like a little bit of support. So I custom mixed the soil for her plant babies. I walked her through all the steps, and look at that smile. How'd she do? I'm here to walk you through the whole process. I even showed her how to check for corms and alocasias. Now I will do some work because leaf shine is part of the service. And if you've never met my soil bar, here she is. I have every amendment you can need. And the best part of the service is I do all the cleanup.
Now that's cool. What kind of hours are you here?
So the store itself is open Thursdays through Sundays. And then Monday through Wednesdays are my service days. So I'm out in the field on those days.
Okay.
That's cool. So I know where to find you. Like how can people find you?
You can find me.
Besides just strolling past and seeing this pink.
Big pink box.
Big pink box, right? Well, definitely socials, Pink Pothos, ATL. Website, pinkpothosatl.com. Pothos is Pothos. And all of my booking information is on there. You can book me from there. All the prices are listed there as well. Yeah.
So now that we got the most important part out the way, all the cool, business structure, how you created this cool thing. Like, I've noticed on your social media? Like, you're a real content creator. So let's like deep dive into the content creation aspect and like you're going viral out here, making the news. Like, let's talk about those type of things and like how important content creation is.
Absolutely. So collaboration is most important. I'm gonna
What we say, that's what we live by.
say. Yes,
That's the culture.
It starts from the bottom, the middle, and the top. Because you know, usually they say you collaborate at the top when you make it, and then you realize how important it is. No, you need to start at the bottom.
Exactly.
Not at the bottom. You just start to the people that are right across from you.
Yes.
That's how you collaborate.
Yes. So a lot of
Network across, not up.
Absolutely. A lot of social media collaboration. Even I have a post that I'm going to post probably today where I just went to another plant shop and I just, met the owner and just kind of, I purchased.
So show some love.
Yeah, show some love. Absolutely. Because there is a lot of gatekeeping. There is a lot of like.
Is gatekeeping in the plant community?
Oh, yes.
It's gatekeeping probably in every community.
Yeah.
Everybody always wants to stay on top.
Absolutely. They don't want to share. But it's enough business for everyone. Look
It
at all
is.
the nail shops
Exactly.
and the beauty supply stores. Like, it's enough.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of that. So I do my best to meet all of the other owners of plant shops, especially in
Are
the
they
Prince
content
area.
creators?
Yeah, a lot of them are.
Who's like a big content creator in this space of? We want to give them a shout out because we want to know.
Well, I mean, there's a lot, but I think the one that's in Atlanta that's really big is Blossom Effects. Her name is Paige. She's a really big one here in Atlanta. And she recently did a post about 3 Black-owned plant shops in Atlanta. So it was me, Nourish Botanica, and Seed Atlanta, whom I'm cool with both of them. We have, collaborations and things going on.
Okay.
And we're family. It's like a community.
Are you ready? Okay, let's go. Where are we going? Oh, we're just gonna run to a couple Black-owned plant shops. Let's go. First up, it's Nourish Botanica. After further inspection, they're actually closed today. Oops, my bad. But they're Black-owned and they have some good stuff. So stop it. Next stop is Pink Pothos, and I am so excited about this one because she just opened her shop right off the beltline.
Now, Miss Keisha, she did her big one with this store, okay? Before I got to the plants, I had to look at the knickknacks, and OMG, so cute. And while I was contemplating what money I was gonna spend, Miss Keisha was over here at her soil bar, like, girl. Now, I had to choose between a Spirit of Sanctity and a Jose Bueno, and I ended up going with the Spirit of Sanctity because the Jose Bueno needed to be staked up, and I was like, no.
Drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot.
After I found these clear self-watering pods, she potted my plants, and I got to stepping.
Last stop is one of my faves, one that you've seen before, Seed Atlanta.
Hello, baby. Mwah.
Now, Seed Atlanta just opened up their new space, and wow. I actually got overwhelmed with the selection. And then I saw this bag, and I was like, let me try it on. And I was like, yeah, it's coming home with me. And then, you know me, I had to dance. And then I perused the store again, and I was like, wow, overwhelmed again.
And that's it. So make sure to get out and support your local Black-owned shops, especially your Black plant shops.
It's a community. Man, we like communities.
Yeah. Definitely.
Content creating. Seeing you recently. Because you be popping off on her.
Do
She
I?
does. She be going on a little bit. Just a little bit.
She posted this post recently that you just went to the car lot and you cashed out on a Tesla.
Tesla delivery day. Come with me to pick up my new Tesla. But first, we gotta say goodbye to Big Lotto. Here in Pink Pothos, we promote sustainability, and I find that it's time that I continue to do my part and cross over into the world of EVs. That and y'all got your girl traveling all over for these services, and the cost of gas is just too much. Tesla owners are like iPhone owners. It's a whole community, and they love to talk about it.
And if you want to combat global warming and climate change, we have to move to electric cars. And to buy a non-Tesla electric car, just to me, doesn't
This
make
man
any
was
sense
doing
at
a
all.
delivery of his Tesla right next to mine, and he was more helpful than the people that worked at Tesla. I thank him. Now let's get back to why I purchased a Tesla. As a business owner, it's very important to make your money work for you and not against you. Now, they say happier and healthier individuals are more likely to adopt sustainable habits. Maybe nothing makes me more happier than all of my plant babies and how they're improving my air quality. And y'all, there are so many ways you can introduce sustainability into your life that you probably haven't even thought about. For example, gifting a plant. It provides a long-lasting living gift versus buying a piece of electronics. You can repurpose old containers for plant pots, swap plants instead of throwing them out. Lastly, propagate your plants to reduce overproduction. Stay tuned for part 2 where I tell you why Tesla paid me.
You know what I'm saying? Like talk about
Well,
man.
so I did recently get a comment overnight on that post. I guess Elon Musk is a big hot topic. I had no idea.
They don't like Elon no more.
Apparently not. Apparently not. And I'm like, whoa, it's me.
We like Elon.
I had no idea. But if you think about it, like, think how many businesses we support, Publix and Kroger's. We have no idea what their CEOs' views are, what they're doing, the people that work there. But does that stop you from going?
No.
Exactly.
Then that wouldn't have dictated your purchase too, right?
Not at all.
Not at all.
I did what was affordable, what I loved, and what was best for my business.
Exactly.
Y'all take that. Now, that's cool. So the content creating has generated you more visibility to the things that you have going on, and you opened these doors when?
October 26th.
October 26th. And you documented the whole journey.
Yeah.
So y'all go back and y'all check out the journey, because the journey was cool and it was crazy and it was very interesting.
Pink Pothos store update of many. So here's where we're at today. As I mentioned, we're doing a lot of fixes to the things that were messed up. For one, we're having to fix the paint lines. No explanation needed here. The baseboards have all been taken out because we're getting new floors. So the flooring was messed up. As you see, there's this huge seam in the middle of the floor, which... yeah, I don't even need to explain that one. Contractor had an idea to put the furrying strip down the middle, but that is a big hell no, because one, that looks stupid, and two, people would trip over that. There was some touch-up paint that had to take place outside, but unfortunately the wrong color pink was used, but now we're in the process of fixing that. How off that pink was right here. I'm not sure why this is right here, but we have to get that color, the right color pink. And hopefully you can see how off. We also have to get the signage installed up here where it's going to say Pink Pothos, which is going to be really cute, so I'm excited. And because we're learning together, know that you can put a clause in your contract for completion dates. So if that date is not met, they are subject to liability. Because no matter what you got going on or how you get your money, they still want to get paid.
Outside of that, Atlanta started to really back you with the news and being on that. Like, how was that? Like,
you know, it's crazy because, like I said, I had no intention on opening a business, and I was just, I'm from Indiana, small town. I came down here, I didn't know anybody. I was working remotely.
From Indiana.
Yeah.
The twins,
really?
Our guy who's doing our edits. Finger roll. He's from Indiana. Are you from Gary?
No.
Oh,
that's the first thing everyone says.
That's the only one
They're
we know.
from Gary.
That's
They're
the
from
only one we
Gary.
know.
Yeah. So.
Oh no, I'm from Michigan City, which sits right on Lake Michigan.
Okay. Oh, it's cold.
Oh yeah, it is.
It sounds cold as fuck.
So you're from Indiana?
Yeah.
I just cut you off.
Oh no, it's all good. But yeah, just I worked remotely. So when I came down here, I was working from home. I worked from home 12 years prior to COVID. So yeah, I didn't know anybody. So now that I'm out here and just meeting and networking and people know me, I walk in rooms and they know who I am and what my business is. Yeah, it's like, wow. Okay.
Got a little pool.
Yeah, yes, exactly. And when I had, my events here, people were collaborating together. They were networking. They were exchanging contact information.
Nice.
And I was like, look at me bringing people together.
Connecting community.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah, so it's crazy to even call myself a content creator or some sort of influencer, right? I'm Keisha.
Oh.
Yeah.
Keisha. Well, Keisha, I have one like question that I know a lot of people are like wanting to know, including myself. Like, be real. Did you really start plants because you're trying to get into the weed industry? Or
Nobody else was thinking that.
Right.
Nobody
like,
else.
is this a segue to the weed industry when it comes to Atlanta? Are you trying to spearhead that campaign? Because if so, I see a collaboration with Cool World in the future.
I think it's definitely a path to go. So it's funny because I looked at microgreens, which is like gardening in your home, making small little batches of like greens to eat. You know, that's the way people are going.
Are you talking about collard greens?
Yes.
Yes, all types of things.
Like
anything, literally.
greens,
And you just, so I did look into that and I was like, that's not for me. Like, but yes, I definitely have looked into that as well, and how to grow. Because I wouldn't mind, being a part of that.
Okay. So are you saying you're starting to grow?
I haven't started. We're in research.
Yeah,
I'm not impulsive.
Okay.
I'm a huge researcher. I need to make it make sense before I jump in.
Hey, you got a partner. Because we understand, like, let's be clear. Like, we know the weed industry
It's gonna come here soon.
is a
like,
billion-dollar
Probably
industry.
later, but it's coming.
And, it's expanding everywhere.
Yeah.
Right now, medical marijuana is legal here. But when the weed industry hits, that's why you see all these smoke shops popping up everywhere. So, if you're not going to get into the smoke shop, you might as well move into it from the plant.
From the grow. So you
From
can
the
buy
grow
from us.
area.
They can buy
Come
from us.
on.
Absolutely.
And then, we understand how to, what's that? Stop people from really getting into that fentanyl.
Yeah.
When you're growing it, you understand what goes into it.
Absolutely.
So you know what it's mixed with. Have you seen that movie? I'm segueing. It's a crazy movie that we just watched. That a guy who went to Cornell. Was it Cornell?
Oh, I don't know. It was like Yale.
He went to Yale.
Yeah.
He was a black guy that was from the hood of New Jersey, and he went to Yale. And
his dad was in prison or something
Yes.
like
his dad was in prison.
Yes.
I saw that. Yes.
And he started growing weed. And
Selling it. He didn't grow it. He sold it.
he did. He grew it. He grew it, and then he mixed the strands.
I think he just mixed it.
He was mixing the strands.
Yeah, that's what he was doing.
Well, it made me think about us growing it.
Yeah.
Mixing the strands.
Yeah. And I think that's important, creating a space where you're letting people know it's healthy, it's okay, it's not going to mess you up. Like, that is a selling point.
All
Yes,
natural.
absolutely.
Okay. So,
But again, I'm not opposed because, like, being a business owner, you're always looking for the next thing. You always want to do something.
that
And prepping for the future because you already know that's where it's going.
Yes, absolutely.
So you said it. We said it here. We have a business plan on the table, and it's going to be a cool pink strand.
There you go.
Coming to stores.
There you go.
Pink pot. No, you can't
gotta
put
put
pothos.
cool in it.
You can't put pothos on it.
Cool
'cause
pink.
Pothos is a plant.
Yeah.
It's not a weed plant.
Okay, well, we'll have to work on the
figure
name.
it out.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll figure out the damn details. But I know all y'all was thinking because that's inside all these plants. Got to think about the trees.
The greenery.
Absolutely.
Real green.
Yeah, definitely. A must.
Okay. And I don't know. What do you want to leave the people with? This was a cool conversation.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things planned. Besides that, I have a lot of other big ideas.
Anything you want to share?
Like what?
See, I will share, and I will share this because my friend here.
Yeah, don't be a secret out there.
Gave me a bit of wisdom because you be real hesitant to share things because I notice I am influential, so I've noticed that some of my ideas may have gone in other directions. But as he told me, only you can do it like you.
That's what I be telling all my students.
Yes, only you can do it like you. So I will share this one idea that I am working on.
Okay.
And you heard it here first.
Yeah, this is exclusive.
Another
See how I
exclusive.
alley-ooped her to give us the exclusive?
So we are going to have a Pink Pothos plant crawl. kind of like a beer crawl, where we're gonna visit the plant shops.
Nice.
Specifically the ones here on this side of town, Black owned. There are, some gardens that I'm, trying to work into. And we have a plant apothecary shop that is on board as well. It's like a plant doctor, right? And there's going to be an activation at every location. We're going to charter like a little party bus. So it's going to be a whole experience.
I like that.
Yeah, so come in the spring once it warms up. And, they're building the marketplace back here. So once everyone's up and going, I want to get everybody involved.
Nice.
Yeah.
Plant crawl for the Pink Pothos community.
Yeah.
That's lit.
I love it.
That is lit.
It's really nice.
And that's a cool way.
I'm doing it. I'm going to be there.
Okay. I got you, see. Yes, I got you.
I'm a crawl too.
Yeah, and hopefully it can become a thing in Atlanta, right?
Right.
Like one of our staple fun activities.
Yeah, we're going to trademark that and make sure that, you are the originator of, because ain't nobody else playing.
Nah.
So if all the people in this plant
See
community,
somebody else do it. Keisha said it first.
Right, there you go.
right? We're gonna timestamp this and put it out. So this has been a cool conversation. Dreamers Create Cool series, Pink Pothos edition.
Yes.
Keisha from the Beltline.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming by. Well, no, actually, we came by.
Nah,
Yes, y'all
we
came
stopped.
by.
We used to
We
say
stopped
thanks for
by.
coming by.
Right.
Nah, well, we
Open
took this thing.
invitation.
Yes.
Open invitation. That's cool. Peace.
Bye.
Welcome to Cool World, that place where dreamers live.